I'm Maureen Craig, doctorally prepared in nursing practice and a yoga and mindfulness teacher. Welcome, friends. I'm glad you're joining me for this evening's class. We have some fun and somewhat challenging activities to do throughout our yoga practice. But let's begin, like usual, having a pranayama or breath practice. It's a good way to transition ourselves from the work of the day into being present, into self-care. So take a moment to feel your body landing right here on your mat, coming into a comfortable seated posture. Take a big breath in and feel the spine lengthen up. On the exhale, let the shoulders roll down and back, and begin to close your eyes or lower your gaze, bringing your attention to the breath. Breathing in, I notice I am breathing in. Breathing out, I notice I am breathing out. Breathing in, I let my inhale be slow. Breathing out, I let my exhale be long. Breathing in, I lift my heart. Breathing out, I release my shoulders. Breathing in, this is a present moment. Breathing out, this is a wonderful moment. In, out, slow, long, lift, release, present moment, wonderful moment. Bringing your attention over the heart and setting an intention for your practice this evening. And then gently let the neck lengthen as you drop the chin towards the chest. And roll the chin on the chest as you move the ears left and right, lengthening out any part of the back of the neck that needs attention. Roll the shoulders forward up towards the ears as you raise the crown of the head and drop your shoulders back and down. A couple shoulder rolls, and then reach that left arm away like you're turning a knob and drop the right ear towards the right shoulder, getting a little bit of lengthening here on the left neck. And then gently switching sides, lengthen, 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 and then tip and turn the knob. Coming back to center, let's take a little seated cat-cow. Inhaling as you reach forward, push the spine back, exhale, elbows into the waist. Follow your breath. Let the spine kind of become like a C as you reach forward. Exhale, lift the heart. Working that thoracic spine where we have challenges with mobility, all that area where the ribs connect can get tight. So let's move that spine. Nice and gentle with your breath. And one more. Interlace the hands in a Ganesh mudra so your fingertips are gripping. Bring them up to about the shoulder height and draw the elbows apart, shoulder blades together. Exhale as you slowly lower and feel the shoulder blades come down the back, exhaling. When you get down to the waist, drop your left hand on the inside of the knee and sweep the other arm open, keeping the spine long and a gentle twist to the trunk of the body. Come back to center, flip the grip on the Ganesh Mudra, draw it down again, keep those back muscles engaged as your shoulder blades slide down. And then the other side, drop the hand long in the spine and revolve. One more time, each side, big breath. Exhale. And twist it open, breathing and exhaling. Switch, Ganesh. Drop the hand, inhale, and exhale, revolve. Beautiful. Come on over onto your hands and knees and we'll continue our practice. We're going to take a little cat-cow here. You can warm up your whole spine by starting in Bittilasana, gaze forward, toes tucked. Exhale, Marjariasana. Maybe take one or two of these. Marjariasana, the spine arches up. And then taking the movement and isolating it more to just the low back and the hips. Find the breath in the low belly. Exhale, pull the navel into the spine. And you can make this happen a little faster by breathing your breath of fire. Two more. And releasing. Now we'll move on to a bird dog. So find your table, push your right heel out behind you. An option to add that left thumb to the sky. Make sure your whole back is nice and flat. You've got some good firm pressure on that right hand on the mat. Exhale, bring the elbow and knee together as you arch up. Inhale, push it out. Exhale, arch and out. 3 more. Inhale. 2. Inhale. And 1. Bring your hand down, the ball of the foot down, and take that calf stretch. This feels so good if your feet have been in shoes most of the day. Just roll through the sole of the foot and push that calf muscle, heel back, to get a good stretch in the calf. And then bring that knee down, cleansing breath, and we'll take these moves on the other side. Make the spine long. The gaze goes over the top of the mat as you push the left heel back. Right thumb to the sky is an option. Take a big breath here. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale and in. 3 more. 2. 1. Hand comes down, ball of the foot down, and just play a little bit with the sole of your foot. And then pushing that heel back, pushing into both hands, get that calf stretch. All right, cleansing breath as you bring your knees down. Walk your hands forward and slowly lower yourself down onto the mat. We're going to come into a Sphinx posture. Zip your legs together. Bring the elbows underneath the shoulder points. Let the neck be long. Keep the glutes engaged, low back comfortable. The spine is bending more in the thoracic spine, so don't take this into the lower spine, okay? Bring your forearms traction back as the heart comes forward a little bit. Take a breath or two here in Sphinx. Try to not let yourself sink into your shoulders, but rather keep your heart lifted forward and up. Now we'll come into a forearm plank. So bring your palms of your feet together. And if you have a long sleeve shirt on like I do, you may find that it's better to lift your shirt up so that you get a little traction on the mat with your arms. So palms together, forearms into the mat. Wiggle your bottom forward, tuck your toes until you can lift your hips. Might still be on your knees, and you can stay right in this position. If you'd like to, float your knees and come into a forearm plank, making sure that there's no sway back. Hips are lifted just a bit. Breathe for 3. Nice big breaths here. You can bring your knees down or walk your toes forward a little and lift your hips, forehead towards the mat in the dolphin dog. And I like to crawl my toes forward just a little bit. It lets me get that tailbone up, forehead towards the mat. Cleansing breath, and then slide back into your forearm plank. 3 breaths. Bring the knees down, push the hips up. Take a rest for a breath or 2. Now we're going to come into a side plank. So I want you to take any side plank that works for you. This can be on your knees as well. Okay, so it does not have to be up on your feet. You choose. In the case for me tonight, I think I'll do that forearm plank with the wide feet and then roll off onto the sides of my feet. Lifting the hips for 3, 2, 1, and then come on over to the other side and do the same kind of side plank on that side, making sure that your shoulder's right over your elbow. 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. 3 more breaths. Knees down and walk your hands back towards your knees. Okay, that's kind of intense, isn't it, when we're doing that forearm plank or dolphin plank. So now let's stretch out that forearm. You can either do that by pushing through the wrist and the hand or bringing the palms down onto the mat, fingers facing the knees, and then just leaning back a little bit to get a bit of stretch in the forearms. And then move the hands back and press the hands in as you draw your heels together and push the heels back. Get a good stretch there. And come on up into your squat, lifting the hips for your forward fold. Come into a half lift, pressing on the shins, lengthening the spine, shoulder blades slide down. Take a breath in here. Exhale, scoop the navel in. Bring your attention to the inner thighs and let them gently rotate towards the back of the room behind you. Another breath in. Exhale and fold. Inhale, sweep your hands behind you. Squeeze the tushy, lift the heart, and release. Beautiful. We've done our warm-up. Let's move into some balance, and then after balance, some flow. So for balance tonight, and really on any night, I'm going to encourage you to also consider using a chair. It's always great to use a chair to put your hand on, the wall, or something to stabilize yourself. In balance postures, you can have some of those quick fire fibers of the muscles that get activated, but it may not let you settle into some of those stronger muscles that you're trying to activate to stabilize your position. So you choose what's right for you. We're going to start in, the legs are going to be in a chair posture. We're going to bring our arms out in front of us and then exhale them in. Inhale forward. And as you exhale in, bring that left foot up and then inhale as you come out and go all the way out to star, lifting up out of that standing leg. Exhale, come back into that balanced chair. Inhale out to star. Hold a focus point if you're getting wobbly, okay? That can help stabilize you. Inhale, move it out. Exhale, bring it into that balanced chair. Can we do one more? Exhale home. And switching legs now. So take a little weight off of that leg. Give both legs a little bit of a break, and then let's switch to the other side. All the weight in the left leg. Come into your chair. Exhale it in as you float the heel. Inhale out to your balanced star. Come back to your balanced chair. Inhale, open. Exhale, bring it in, balanced chair. Inhale, open. Balanced chair. 2 more times. Exhale. Last one. And bring it in. And release. All right, shake out the standing leg. Let's come up to the top of our mat as we find a position called mountain posture. Just roll through your feet a little bit, getting them comfortable. You might come up on your tippy toes, spread your toes, let them be parallel to the long edge of the mat. Stacking your joints and taking a moment to find your ujjayi breath. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, folding at the hips as you swan dive, heart floats down, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold, step back on the right, coming into our low lunge. 2 lanes of traffic, untuck those back toes as you sink the hips. Let the spine lengthen right through the fingertips. Breathing here. Plant the hands next to the foot and then draw that left hip back. Peel the toes up. Take a little bit of a calf and hamstring stretch. Walk the hands forward. Tuck back toes. Lift and lower that back knee as you come into your runner's lunge. 2 lanes of traffic. When you're ready, press them apart, holding a focus point. Rise into your crescent lunge. Take a full cycle of breath. Transition to warrior 1. Full cycle of breath. Press the back heel down. 2 feet away from each other. Float the hands back to the earth. Step back for your plank. Taking or passing on flow. Knees, chest, chin, elbows in. Inhale, the heart lifts, the toes untuck. Exhale, find your down dog. Inhale, that right foot comes up. Exhale, bring it forward between the hands. And take your dragonfly twist. The back knee stays lifted, the shoulders are stacked. Exhale, step forward fold. Inhale for a half lift and fold. Sweep the arms behind you, squeezing the glutes. And hands to heart. And release. All right, our first little warm-up flow. Let's take it on the other side. Find your mountain posture. Find your breath. This practice is for you. Honor the body that you're in right now. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, swan dive. Half lift, breathing in. Exhale, fold, step back on the left. The knee comes down, untuck the toes. Come into that modified warrior 1. Sinking the hips a bit. When you're ready, frame the foot, draw that right hip back for your hurdler stretch. Option to peel the toes up. Feel a little bit of a stretch in the back of that leg. Walk the hands forward, tuck the toes on the back, lift that knee, option to lower and lift. Just finding the right distance between those 2 feet. Hold a focus point as you push the feet apart, rising crescent lunge. Full cycle of breath. The back heel drops, coming to warrior one, option for temple fingers. Exhale, frame the foot, step back for your plank. Bring your knees down, your elbows in, touch the chest and chin. Inhale, roll the heart up, cobra. Exhale, push to down dog. Inhale the left foot up. Exhale, bring it forward between the hands. The right hand stays down, dragonfly twist. Bring the left hand back to the mat. On the exhale, step to forward fold. Pause for a moment and fold. Inhale for a half lift. Lengthen the spine. Exhale and fold. Bend the right knee a little bit as you walk your hands to the left ankle, left hip. Turn the heart towards that knee. And then switch sides. Walk your hands over to the left ankle, the right ankle. Bend the left knee. Straighten the right and turn your heart towards the right. Back into your forward fold. Inhale, lift and fold. Sweep the arms up behind you, rising up and releasing. All right, nice warm up. And now we're going to move into something fun here, and this is where I'm going to give you the instruction that you might consider using a chair for a little stability, or possibly something like a broomstick, okay? Something like a stick that you can put down and hold in place to help increase your stability, okay? So we've done the step back lunge before, and you can go with that if you'd like to start with that. So with step back lunge, then you're going to be, let me face this direction here. So you're going to stabilize here. I'm going to be stabilizing my left leg, and I'll step back and come into the lunge, and then I will drop the back knee, okay? Now when you're doing step back lunge, you want to try to keep this front knee over the ankle, okay? So that's one option, and you can start way at the top of your mat if you're just going to do step back lunge. And I like to counterbalance it with the arms going up, okay? That's one option. The other option, which was kind of fun, and I just was playing around with this, is come more to the middle of your mat. And we'll do, if you'd like to, put your hand on something like the back of a chair or one of those broomsticks. And you're going to step back, lunge first, but then you'll come all the way back up into a forward lunge. And now the back leg can come down. And then this is where it gets a little tricky. You go back to a step back lunge and back to the forward lunge. Okay, so you choose which one is going to be right for you tonight, okay? So we'll all start in our lunging, and you can do it both directions or just back. So finding your posture. And I'm going to be working with a stable right leg to begin with, okay? So we'll be moving on the left. Little softness in the knees and the hips. We'll step back on the left, bringing that knee down if that's available to you, and then step forward, either to that mat, to the foot, or beyond it, whichever is right for you. Step back lunge, step forward, option to bring the back knee down, it's up to you, step back. And now lifting up. Now we want to settle into our crescent lunge. So hold a focus point, have the 2 feet separated and spreading a little bit, and come into your crescent lunge for a good breath. Then drop the back heel so you're in that warrior 1 position. Interlace the hands, lift them up, take a breath. Inhale, reach the arms forward. Exhale, draw those elbows into the waist as you straighten and pull back that right hip and knee. Inhale, float it forward. Exhale, pull it back. Forward. Just get the knee right over the ankle, not further. Exhale, pull it back. This time, float those arms out behind you and gently deepen the stretch on that front leg as you float the heart down. Breathing. Bring the hands to the mat. Step back for your plank. Take a flow or skip your flow. We'll all meet in down dog. Inhale the left foot up. Exhale, bring that left knee behind the left wrist. We're coming into our pigeon on this side. And with pigeon, I like to keep a nice flexed ankle. Slide that shin forward just a bit, and we're working in the outer hip. So just play with that a little bit as you breathe. After your 3rd breath or so, slide the shin back a bit, frame out the hands, and let that left foot go back to the sky, 3-legged dog. Bend the knees, stack the hips, fire hydrant. Exhale, step that left foot forward. And we're going to take the dragonfly twist. So plant the hand down, stack your shoulders. This time, bring the left hand to the inside of the left foot and walk your hands over to the right. Plant the right hand down, lengthen out, feel the back bend as you lift the left arm up. Like somebody's pulling on your ponytail a bit. And then bring your hands down, step the back foot up to forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms up and release. So I hope you're finding that flow a little bit fun. It is something I've had to work on myself because it isn't actually that easy to have a balance that you can take such a big step. I'm used to taking much smaller steps, so it's challenging, but I enjoy the challenge and I hope you do as well. Let's take a try on the other side. Choosing now whether you're going to just do a step back lunge where you'll start more at the top of your mat, or if you're going to go both directions and start more in the middle of your mat, okay? Once you're in your mountain posture, of course, you can have your hand resting on the side of the chair or other surface to support your balance. Find a focus point for your gaze, a little softness in the knees and the hips. Inhale and step that right foot back. Option for that knee to come down to the mat a little bit. And then exhale, stepping forward, either for a full lunge forward or just to meet the foot. Stepping back, stepping forward, stepping back, lifting up into your crescent lunge, letting the feet be adequately far apart. I'm noticing my feet are not quite far enough apart. Finding your crescent lunge here. Cleansing breath. Drop the back heel. Temple fingers. One breath in warrior one. Let the hands come down. Reach the hands forward in that receptive manner. Exhale, pull the left hip back with the elbows. Inhale forward as you sink a little. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Bring the arms out behind you like an airplane. A micro bend in that front knee as you float the heart down. Taking a little bit more intense stretch on the back of that left leg. Frame your hands out, step back for your plank. Bring the knees down, chest and chin. Roll up the heart cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the right foot up. Bring that right knee behind the wrist, taking you into your pigeon on this side, keeping that ankle flexed. Helps keep the knee comfortable. No strain in the knee on pigeon. We're always working on the outer hip. Breathing with that. Three breaths. Sliding the shin back a bit. Frame out your hands. Let the right foot come up to the sky, bend the knee and stack the hips, fire hydrant. And then lengthen out that foot, bring it forward between the hands. Taking your dragonfly twist here, stacking the shoulders, lifting the back knee. The right hand comes down, walk the hands out to the side, lengthen up, feel that back bend. Lift the right hand. Someone pulling on your ponytail. And then bring those hands down, frame the foot. And step forward for your forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. And fold. Sweep it up. And release. Okay, well, I think you've had a good challenging practice already, but we have one more flow to go. This one will be a little slower, so take your time as you breathe into each posture, okay? Take a moment for a cleansing breath and maybe a sip of water and get yourself prepared for the next flow. One thing I really enjoy about yoga is the fact that you can kind of have moments to pause, to recenter yourself, and then practice again. Or continue your practice. Finding your mountain posture. Little softness in the knees and the hips. Weight in the heels. We'll come down into our chair posture. You do not need to lift your arms all the way up. Please honor what's going on with your shoulders and any other joint. Always listening to your body. Exhale and fold. Inhale for a half lift. Lengthen out the spine. Exhale and fold and step back for your plank. One breath in plank. Option to flow or push to down dog. Knees just chin, chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. And we all meet in down dog. Cleansing breath, down dog. The left foot comes up and step it forward between the hands. Drop the back heel, toes out to 3 o'clock. Draw the left hip back as we come into Trikonasana. Triangle posture. This is one lane of traffic. Your hand can be on the inside or outside of that leg. Try to avoid the knee. Let the spine be long. Micro bend in the front knee and breathe. Scoop the navel in. With the next breath, moving to warrior 2. Breathing with it, feet pressing apart. Shoulders softening away from the ears. Hands are level with the shoulders. Let the front palm come up and take your peaceful warrior. Left knee remains over the ankle. Feel that breath in the belly. With the next exhale, returning to warrior two. Float the elbow to the knee. Keep it soft as it lands. Option to take that top arm up or over the ear. Draw the pelvic floor up and in as you exhale. Let that hand come down to the mat and take a block with you right now. Bring the block to the inside of the left foot. Lift the back heel. Step it down to pyramid posture. In pyramid, we've got 2 lanes of traffic and not quite a full stride. So both heels are able to make it to the mat and the left hip is drawn back. A little weight is offloaded onto your block. Take a good stretch in that front leg. And then bring the knee directly over the ankle. We're going to come to airplane next. Now this is a balance posture as well, so you choose what you're going to do. You do not have to lift the back leg, but you can lift the back leg and put yourself into airplane, flex the ankle, and float out to warrior three, hands forward. When you're ready, come back down, warrior one. Exhale, release the arms, and we're going to turn to warrior two. So for warrior two, I have to move my heel toe, my foot over a little, the back toes back out to 3 o'clock. Yay, one breath in warrior two. Then straighten that knee, turn both toes to face the long edge of the mat. Heels out, toes in. Okay, this is where we get a good stretch in the back of our legs, okay? So pressing on the tops of the thighs, lengthen out through the back of the legs, lengthen out through the spine. Slowly float the heart down. Keep one elbow on the knee, the left elbow on the knee, and the right arm sweeps in a big circle for soup stirrers, and then switch direction. Plant your hands on the blocker or the mat and heel toe together to a 3/4 stride and come on up into your goddess squat. We'll take a couple breaths here. Inhale forward with the hands reaching towards me. Exhale, elbows in. Again, elbows in. Again, elbows in. Push out to the side as you float up. What a relief on the legs, huh? Heel toe back out to a full straddle. Interlace the hands behind the sacrum. Draw the elbows or the hands down. Lift the heart. And then floating back into your fold. Bring the hands to the mat. Walk them up to the top of the mat. Step back for your plank. And take or skip your flow. We all meet in down dog. Take a cleansing breath there. And then we'll take these postures on the other side. Right foot comes up. Step it forward between the hands. Back heel drops. Coming into Trikonasana here. So draw the right hip back. Turn the heart to the side. Lift that top arm up. Little micro bend in that knee. Lengthen the spine. With control, floating up. Warrior two, the right knee lands over the ankle. Hands off to infinity, shoulders away from the ears. And breathing. Peaceful warrior. That right hand comes up to the sky. Keep drawing the back kneecap up. Back to warrior two. Take another breath. With control, float the elbow to the knee. Left hand up to the sky or over the ear. Feel that energy from the back heel through the fingertips, extended side angle. When you're ready, let the left hand come down to the mat with a block. The block is on the inside of the right foot. And then the left foot hops forward. Pyramid posture, 2 lanes of traffic, both heels at 6 o'clock. Draw the right hip back. Offload a bit of weight onto that block. When you're ready, bring the right knee over the ankle. Option to come into airplane, leaving the foot down. Or float the foot, hold a focus point, and flex the ankle. Bring the hands forward to cactus or all the way warrior three. Gently float that back foot down for a warrior one position. Open out to the side, warrior two. Gonna need to heel toe my right foot over just a bit. Back toes out to 9 o'clock. Take a breath here. Draw the right hip back as you turn both toes to face me. Full straddle. Hands on the outside of the thighs, lengthen the spine, and slowly float the heart down as you slide your hands down the legs. Walk the hands forward. Let the tailbone lean back. Bring the hands underneath the gaze. Heel toe together for your 3/4 stride and drop the hips, toes out, heels in. Goddess squat. Reach it forward, exhale it in. Forward and in. Forward and in. Lift it up and heel toe apart again to your full straddle. Squeeze the glutes extra hard to open the front of the hips. Lift the heart a bit. And then taking your hands on the outside of the thighs, float your heart down again and walk your hands up to the top of your mat, stepping back for your plank. Take a breath or two in plank. Then bring your knees down and walk your knees through your hands so you can come down onto your mat. Bring your block along with you. We're going to use our block for our core practice. And first we'll do a core practice without the block, and then we'll have the option of the block. So lengthen through the right leg, bend the left knee, cage the ears. Exhale, roll up to the left knee. Inhale back, and exhale up. Take it back. 3 more. 2. Last one. And switching sides. Exhale, roll it up and back. Lifting and lowering. 3 more. 2. Nice and slow. Last one. Bringing your head back to the mat, knees up. Take your block and place it between the feet. We'll play past the block. Hands and feet to the sky. Squeeze the glutes as you lower the heels. Keep the small back close to the earth. Exhale, past the block. Squeeze the glutes as you leg lower. Lift it up. 2 more times. And again. Last one. And releasing. We'll bring our heels behind our hips for a bridge. Let the shoulders roll under a little bit. Put some weight into the heels and push the small of the back towards the mat as you roll the hips up. Little pressure between the heels and the shoulders, chin lifted. Draw the knees together and breathe. Option to bring weight to the left foot and raise the right foot to the sky. And then switching, the right foot comes down, bears the weight as the left foot goes to the sky. And bring that foot down, lift one more time, cleansing breath. Heels up as you slowly lengthen your spine. Gently bringing it down to the mat. Draw those knees in for some much deserved love for the low back. Find your block, bridge up enough to slide it under the sacrum. We'll take our legs up the wall. Let them have some circles with the legs. And switch direction. And then you can just flex straighten the ankles, whatever is right for you. Let the heels fall apart. Let the arms get heavy. We're unwinding our practice at this point. And then letting the heels come back together. And slowly floating down towards the mat. Bridge up enough to slide your block out from underneath you. Bring the knees in towards the chest and slide the hands onto the shins. And then rock your elbows out wide, catching yourself as you rock left and right. Bring the hands to the knees and draw some circles on the back. Pausing anywhere on your back or sacrum that needs a little attention. Using that floor to massage your back. And then letting the feet come down to the mat. Going to move down just a little bit so my legs can windshield wiper. So bring the toes over the edge of the mat, knees are out wide. And gently rock the knees left and right, letting the low back get a little bit of a release. And then letting both knees drift off to one side or the other as the gaze takes you to the other side. So a bit of a spinal twist here, maybe not as deep as we usually do. But just allowing the knees to go to one side and the gaze to go to the other. Shoulders flat on the back. All right, bringing the knees up and engaging in that windshield wipers with the knees again. And then then gently exhaling them off to the other side, and take your gaze out in the opposite direction. And then gently lifting your knees back up and bringing yourself into our final resting posture. If you do have a chair, you might consider using that for what's called the waterfall posture, which I will use tonight. Or you can unfold yourself onto the mat, letting the arms and legs be a little away from the center of the body. You can also rest on a chair, a couch, your bed. Whatever position that you choose to take, allow yourself to start to settle the weight of the body now in this position. Becoming receptive to the messages from the body. Letting the body be heavy, the shoulders heavy, the hips heavy. Bring the attention to the sole of the left foot, feeling the temperature and the warmth there. The top of the left foot, into the left calf and thigh all the way to the hip. And just feeling that whole left leg heavy, soft, and warm. The sole of the right foot, bringing your attention here. The top of the right foot, the right calf and ankle, the right thigh, and the right hip. Letting that whole right leg be heavy, soft, and warm. Both legs now heavy, soft, and warm. The weight of the hips heavy. The back body. Letting the arms from shoulder to fingertips. Limp like noodles. Heavy, soft, and warm. And the head resting heavy on the mat. Welcoming the in-breath. Releasing the out-breath. Letting your attention rest now over your heart. Receptive. Feeling the echo of your practice. The nourishing breath. Deepening your breath just a bit. You can choose to stay in your Shavasana posture if that is what you wish. Or you can begin to find a little bit of movement, perhaps even a stretch, as you start to reconnect with the physical body. Lengthening out a bit, maybe turning hands, feet into circles, bringing the knees in towards the chest, and rocking a little left and right. When you're ready, join me in a seated posture to close our practice time together. Bringing your hands to your heart, taking a moment to appreciate your effort and your presence. Thank you for being here and practicing together. May you take a bit of your work into your week. May it bless you with peace. Om Shanti. Namaste. Thank you, friends, for joining for another week of practice. I hope you have a beautiful week.